Well, welcome to the Friday devotional. John Miller here, and we are going to go. We're in the book of Proverbs. So we're trying to glean some wisdom from the book of Proverbs and in a number of topics. And today we're going to kind of a part two on the subject of finances, the subject of money. So we're going to see more of what Proverbs has to say about handling our money wisely. So a wise person understands the danger of debt. So we're going to talk about that. I know it's personal, but we're going to talk about it. Here's what the wisdom of Solomon says in 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to advantage, but everyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. So being hasty, we live in it, buy it now, pay later culture. The credit card companies actually, our whole society is kind of geared or wired toward getting us in debt because it says you can have this right now. It's not asking, can you afford it? No, they want to sell it to you right now, and there are very, very convenient ways to acquire what we want. And it's through credit cards. And 22:7 of Proverbs says, the borrower is the lender's slave. And you may know very well about this. You may have been a slave in the past to the borrower, or the lender, that is, or you may be there right now. The borrower is the lender's slave. And so people are certainly willing to lend us money. But the credit card first came out in about 1951. It was the Diners Club card. And we didn't have credit cards back then. Often people would accumulate enough money to buy a home outright. Back in the day, my mom and dad did when we moved to Garden Grove, California, back in the day. That's how they bought that house. I think it was $17,000 for that house. But today, the average family has about 12 credit cards and between $6,000 and $11,000 in debt. The average family today. That's horrible. And you're trapped because you're paying the interest. And it's just, it's a trap I've been into, and perhaps many of you have as well. But it's one you don't want to be in very long. You want to get out and stay out. Because living above our means creates a lot of, not having enough money creates anxiety, but man, living above our means and being in debt, that's a whole nother level of anxiety and fear. And it results in having to get more work somewhere, and that creates exhaustion and trying to overwork to pay down the debt. That leads to tension in the family. It can lead to health issues, and it can lead just plain deeper debt. Something you can't hardly dig yourself out of. And how many people have gone to casinos with their last $100 bill or a credit card to try to gain back some of that money, and ended up in deeper debt, or some business venture that went south. In Proverbs 21:20, it says, the wise man saves for the future, but the foolish man spends whatever he gets. And so here we speak of self-control. We need to have self-control about what we buy today, because everything is so easy to get. And Amazon comes to mind. It is so easy to order something, get it the next day or next couple of days. And do you really need it? And I think that's the question. Do we really need these things? Proverbs 24:27 says, develop your business first before building your house. All right? develop your business first before building your house. I think that has to do with assumptions. That you assume that money's coming in the future, 3 months, 6 months, a year, that your boat's coming in. And so based on your assumption, you go ahead and make a large purchase. And that's dangerous because we cannot be sure of the future. And so Proverbs says, develop your business, in other words, get it up and running and making money consistently before that you go into another spending project, in this case, building a house. There's a great temptation to have what others have, living where we do, to measure our success of life by our outward appearances, by the house we live in, by the car we drive. And so I just heard the other day a person who said everybody around us is has new cars, and so we need to have a new car, and they're all doing that by taking up credit, and so that's what we're doing. And it's just the inertia toward getting something like that and living above our means is powerful. I think there's what is your motive for buying? You want to ask that. You want to ask, what is your method of payment? Because if it's just not able to pay off the credit card each month, which is really what we need to do. I realize we live with a credit card, and it's very handy and very useful and a necessity in our life. But the need is to pay it off every single month. And if we can't do that, we need to step back and lower our expectations, lower our cost of living, and live plainly, rice and beans and rice kind of thing for a while. And so another question that's good is, do I truly need this right now? Okay. Do I need it? Do I really need it? Do I truly need this? And do I need it right now? So if the answer is no, put it off if you're having financial challenges. So anyway, these are just a number of principles that I think Proverbs lays out pretty well. And there you go. I hope it's helpful, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.